No, there's no atonement unless the person wants it. Tana Rabban, and the rabbis taught in a brisa. Yakriv he brings it. This is in Vayikra, the beginning. Malamed shekayfanais. This means it's an extra word. Yakriv it says Yakrivenu. So this teaches us that we can force him. Yachal bal karchai. Maybe you can force him to bring it against his will. It says no. It says he has to bring it willingly. Okay, so how do you do that? How do you force him willingly? You force him until he says, I want to. Amar Shmuel. Shmuel says, Oila tricha das. When you bring a noila, it needs to be intention. Because it says l'rtzainai. Now, this is a little bit of a problem, because Shmuel is an Amayra. We have a brisa and a Mishnah that says that it needs to be done willingly. That's way before Shmuel. The Gemara asks, My kamash Shmuel, and Shmuel, what are you trying to tell us? What are you telling us? Tanina, that's taught in a Mishnah. We have a pasuk. The Mishnah quotes the pasuk. We have it already. This whole thing is learned already. Shmuel, what are you adding? The Gemara says, Loi. No, Tricha. Shmuel is telling us something important. The Parish Lechavri. What's our Mishnah saying? Mishnah is saying that the person is not bringing the sacrifice. We're taking a mashkan, and we need to make sure that he has to give it willingly and all of this. Shmuel saying that the guy has a friend. The friend says, I'm going to bring sacrifices for this other guy that's not bringing the sacrifices. Mahu de tema. What might we have said? Ki bein das. When do we need the intention? Mididei. When the person is bringing his own sacrifice. Why? Because maybe bringing it is against his will. He doesn't. He's frugal or he's stingy. He doesn't want to. But if his friend is going to bring it, he doesn't care, and you don't need his own das. Kamash Malan comes to teach us. Shmuel is telling us, maybe he doesn't want anyone else's sacrifice. He wants to use his own sacrifice, so he has to know about it. And tricha das. I could have thought that this bal karchai prohibition is only if it's his own sacrifice. But if someone else is bringing it for him, I could have thought that he doesn't even need to know about it. Kamash Malan, that no, he doesn't need to know about it. Meisvei. Gemara has a question. Someone says, I'm going to bring someone else's chatas, someone else's asham. It's on me. I'll take care of it. Ladas, the person knows about it. Yatza. It's a good sacrifice. Shalai ladas. The person doesn't know about it. We didn't tell the guy that you're bringing that someone else is bringing a sacrifice. It's la yatza. It's not yatza. Let's say he says he's bringing an oila or a shlamim for someone else. Bein ladas, bein shlei ladas yatza. Unbelievable. He's yatza even if the person doesn't know about it. Contradicts Shmuel's statement. Shmuel said that the chiddush of Shmuel, at least the way we're translating Shmuel, Shmuel's chiddush was when you're bringing it for someone else, that you need das over there, because maybe a person doesn't want an atonement or whatever to come from someone else's money. He wants it all to be his own. Here we said that to Yaitse. Amalach Shmuel would respond. Means Amalach doesn't mean that Shmuel's actually saying it. It means that Shmuel would say. Amalach Shmuel would say to you, Kitan Yahahi, that brisa that says that you're Yaitse, even without das, that's b'shas kapara. That's when you didn't know that it was being brought. The irtze b'shas afrasha, because he already accepted on it when that was separated. Kikamina na. When do I say that you're not yaitze b'shas afrasha? When at the time of separating the animal, he didn't tell him that he's separating it for him. So then you're not yaitze. Pligi de Ula. And Ula holds exactly the opposite. Where is Ula on the chart? Ula was the one. He traveled back and forth. He's later than Shmuel. You see that he's over there. He's put over here, but he goes to Eretz Yisrael. He comes back and forth. There's a group of people here, Rav Dimi and Ravin, that traveled back and forth in Ula. They're in the same generation. He argues on Ula. The Amar Ula, that's the Aleph. Ula says, Lechilku bein chatas la'ila. They didn't divide between a chatas and a oila, differentiate. Ela shet chatas tzricha das b'shas hafrasha, va'oila ein tzricha das b'shas hafrasha. That a chatas needs intention of the owner during the designation of the animal, when you're separating the animal. But an oila doesn't need das b'shas hafrasha. Exactly the opposite of Shmuel. Shmuel said that oila needs das b'shas hafrasha. Aval b'shas kapara. But when you're bringing the animal, idi v'idi ladas yatza shlei ladas la yatza. When you're actually bringing it to the temple, Ula holds exactly the opposite, that you need das. Meisvei, the Gemara has a question. Excuse me. Chatasei vashamai, his sin offering, his guilt offering. Eilasai, his ayla, ushlamav, and his shlamim, shalplaini of someone else, alayas on me, ladas yatza. If it's ladas, he's yatza. Shloi ladas la yatza. But if there's no intent, if there's no knowledge of it, he's not yatza. This is a kasha on everyone, because we don't differentiate here where the das is. It's a kasha on Shmuel. Shmuel said that you don't need das b'shas kapara, and over here it says shloi ladas, you're not yatza. And Ula says that you need das b'shas hafrasha, that you don't need das b'shas kapara. Gemara says Shmuel mukila b'shas hafrasha. Shmuel's going to answer this. Bryce is going to say that shaloi ladas la yatza. That's because you didn't have das when the time the animal was designated. Ula mukila b'shas kapara. Ula says that you're not yatza because it's b'shas kapara. So we're going to have two ways of reading this Bryce. Amar Rav Papa. Rav Papa then comes and elaborates. He says, Masnisana adadi like kashan. I had two brises here. One says an oila and a shlamim is bein ladas, bein shalei ladas, you yaitza. Another brise says that all the animals only ladas you yaitza, but shalei ladas you're not yaitza. He says those brises are not a problem. They don't contradict each other. Why? Habashas kapara, habashas hafrasha. The brises themselves will be translated. One is by separating the animal, and one is by bringing the animal. Ba'amirai, and I would have to say that each one will be translated according to Ula and Shmuel different. Ba'amirai nami like kasha. And that's not a problem on the Amirayim. Why? Because Shmuel mukim kamais b'shas kapara, basraishi b'shas hafrasha. Shmuel translates. The first one is b'shas kapara, that's why you're yaitze. The second one is b'shas hafrasha, that's why you're not yaitze. And Ula muki ipcha, and Ula says the opposite. The Gemara was short on us. It didn't spell it out. She says the opposite. But there's no question that Shmuel and Ula are arguing. Gemara says Pshita. What's your Papa telling me? Mao the tema my b'shas hafrasha the kamer Shmuel. I could have said that when Shmuel says that b'shas hafrasha you need das, af b'shas hafrasha, that you also need das b'shas hafrasha, but you for sure need das b'shas kapara. And the first Mishnah, the first brisa that we quoted tells me clearly that yotzi even shleila das. I would have said, okay, I have a kasha and Shmuel from, but I still would have held that Shmuel says differently. Kamashmal on that. No, Shmuel says that you don't need das b'shas kapara. The Gemara says, by a get, we force the person to say that he wants to. Amar Rav Sheshes. Rav Sheshes says, Haiman de Masr Maida Agita. Someone is Masr Maida. It means, before he comes into Bezdin, he says, you should know that I'm being forced into this. He says in front of witnesses. And then he goes in front of Bezdin and he says, yes, right, Sonny. He walks out and the witnesses come in and say, by the way, before he came in, he testified that he has no willingness.
This applies to any contract, only Gittin?
Well, by Gittin, we're very careful here. It's the Gemara says Pshita. That's obvious that he could be Meiser Meida. The Gemara says, like Tzricha Dasu, the Irtzi. What happened was, they forced him, and then he went and he actually gave the get. They forced him to write the get, then he went ahead and he gave it. Ma'odatema bituli batle. Could have said, no, we know that he was Meiser Meida. But look, he just gave it. Kamash Malan, it comes to teach us that no.
Even if he gave it, it doesn't count.
That even if he gave it, the Meida is still good. The Imkain listening ad sheyitin. Mayad sheyoimar. What does it mean until he says? Until he says that writes ani? Ad mevatalei la he has to actually nullify the Meida. So when the person comes into Bezin to give a get, they make him make a statement in front of the witnesses that he's
mevatel
mevatel all my dice that he ever would have made, and if any witnesses are going to come and say that what he's doing here is under duress, he's being mevatel those witnesses, all those statements in front of every get. You have to be bittul my dice before they start the process. They make the person stand up and make a statement. Okay. Hajan lacha imer mishgali b'lei neder.
I learned that you could be